working my way around the Discovery, as I've really not used it to speak of in the last several years, so I'm going to check all the brakes, all the joints, brake pipes, blah-de-da-de-da. Anyway, the A-frame boot joint is buggered, so I thought I'd put a new boot on. The two bolts here, this one with the mullered nut, that one is seized solid in either the joint or the one of the arms of the A-frame. So I've had the nut on, been hammering it with a 4-pound long hammer, and that's not moving. So the A-frame needs to come off so I can press that out. Got that A-frame bolt out, not too bad. They're a bad design because you can't get a ring spanner on the inside, on the nut on this inside. If I point to it, where's my bar? This nut here, this nylock, that's an 1.1 spanner size, so it's probably what, 5/8, 11/16 size bolt, and this one was seized absolutely solid. So I've just had to have the burning torch on that. I've had it glowing red, so probably knackered the bush as well. However, the whole, I could get the whole bolt and nut to rotate, but not the nut loose. The nut is now moving, so I'm just waiting for it to cool off a bit, get some easy into it, and then I should be able to get the A-frame off once I support this back axle. And we'll see if the bush is knackered. If so, I'll put some bushes in as well, but it clearly needs doing. But yeah, bit of a challenge. Well, it's fighting me all the way, this one, but I've got it moving quite well now. Still, you have to use the open ender, which is really bad practice, isn't it? Where I had a tube on the end of the open ender to give me more purchase. Got it moving, moves about 1/4 inch now, backwards and forwards. So I'm just working it with the knocky thingy, and it's all moving freely, so should be out soon. Got the weight of the axle on that jack in the middle. I didn't like to use the motorbike stand because I'm not really sure what weight that can take. I don't mind just standing it on them shitty casters, but I didn't fancy the weight of the axle plus the spring pressure on them. So as you can see, I've got my axle stands ready to pick up on the bottom of the axle, so I can undo and remove the A-frame now and then just support it on those axle stands and take the A-frame out. That came out fairly easy. As you can see, the rubber's knackered. This side's slack, but this side is this bolt at the back is definitely seized in there, so that's going to get some hot action. And I need to check that I've not knackered that bush with the heat. Well, so I'll get it in the vise and have a look. I might get away with it. If not, it'll be getting a pair of them as well. I've also noticed that these drop links, the bushes, the boots are knackered on them. Might actually have some boots to fit them, so both sides are knackered. And there's 2 rear brake pipes. I'm going to renew them while I'm on. It's turned into an epic adventure, this. This bolt sees solid in this centre part. It's rotating on the end, so I've had a bit of easy in it, see if I can get that in, but I don't think there's much chance of that, so might end up having to heat that up. But I've cut the lugs off this bearing and I'm going to put that in the press and see if I can just press that out, because that's equally seized rock solid. There's absolutely no way you would be able to change that on the vehicle, not a cat and mouse chance. I've got it in the press now, and it's just started to move, as you can see there, and that's sat with 10 ton on it at the minute, so it needs a little bit more just to get it out. Down to what, about 8 ton now, and it's moving. See if I can video this while I do it. It's coming out now. I'm going to fall over because I haven't got hold of it. Just let that pressure die down. 5 ton now. Into the last little bit. There we go. I've changed one of these before on my previous discovery. That'll be 20 years ago, and that was before I had a press, so no idea how I managed it. Must have done it in the vice. It can't have been as tight as that one, which I reckon that's been in from new. That was absolutely rock solid. Right, now to press this bolt out. Had to resort to the burning torch on there to get it all hot. As you can hear, it's nice squeaky hot, and it's now spinning the bolt, so the integrity of the bolt is somewhat compromised due to it being red hot, so I'll have to have a new one in that one. Pressing these bushes out now, put new ones in. Again, they were quite tight, but the that little wheel piston was an exact fit to push it out. So I've got the final bit now.